Okay. Next question. It says top 5 favorite albums. Uh, so if I had to choose like 5 albums that I would die on the island, on the island with. Top 5 favorite albums, and I'll tell you why as well. First album gotta be Carter 3. I really don't feel like an explanation is needed for that, but obviously, Carter 3 is, one of Wayne's best albums, if not, the best Lil Wayne album. And at the time, I was, like the biggest Lil Wayne fan. Like, Lil Wayne could do no wrong in my eyes, you know what I mean? Carter 3, and on top of that, that album came at a time, that was very, integral in my life. I was in between 7th and 8th grade, so very, impressionable, formative years, in a child's development. But yeah, Carter 3, one of my favorite albums. Next one would probably have to be, I would say, so the first album I ever bought was Tech Nine Strangulation Volume 1. That album was beautiful to me. I feel like, every song was perfectly crafted. Now, matter of fact, even though Strangulation was the first album I bought by Tech Nine, I feel like I would have to probably swap that out, and I would put Tech Nine Special Effects. Special Effects was the perfect album. I don't know many albums out there that can do what Tech did on, that album. A lot of artists, they never make something like that. And the fact that, like I said, Tech, he had, the best features, he had the best beats, the best verses, like everything about that album came together. You know what I mean? He had a, verse from Wayne, verse from T.I., E40, B.O.B., 2 Chainz, Chris Calico be on every song. Yo Gotti. Wait, did he have? No, he didn't have T-Pain on that album. But like I said, the whole album came together beautifully. And so yeah, I put that in my favorite album. So far I got Carter 3, I got Special Effects. Next album will probably have to be, for me, GNX. And the reason why I will put GNX by Kendrick Lamar is because obviously, that album came right after the whole Drake beef. And I feel as though when Kendrick made that album, he understood the assignment. He understood this isn't the time for a typical, Kendrick album where I'm trying to teach you something, where I'm trying to, get a, spread a message about, empowerment, whether, it'd be, empower your mind or whatever like that. Like, no, Kendrick is trying to make bops. He's trying to make stuff you gonna feel. He's trying to make something that's gonna get you moving, something that's gonna energize you. And I feel like he did what needed to be done on that album. So yeah, definitely GNX is up there on my list. Chromacopia as well by Tyler the Creator came out a couple weeks before GNX. Chromacopia is a beautiful album. And see, I'm one of those Tyler fans. I don't even call myself a fan. I like Tyler's music. But I'm one of those guys that I listen to like every other Tyler album. I think I started listening to Tyler, like the very first Tyler album I listened to from start to finish was Flower Boy back in 2017. That album was amazing as well. After that, he dropped Igor, I believe it was. I didn't listen to Igor. Then after Igor, he dropped Call Me If You Get Lost. I heard a few songs off of that, but then he dropped Chromacopia. Chromacopia is like a mixture of all those albums put together, and the way it came together is beautiful. I love the fact that Tyler, he produces a lot, if not all of his music. So Chromacopia is up there for me as well. And the last album I would have to say, I'm gonna have to go with College Dropout, Kanye West. I had to throw a Kanye album in there. Yeah, College Dropout once again is one of those albums where it's like no explanation really needed. But it's Kanye's first album. And now, especially after watching the Genius documentary, and you see how he put that album together, and what he had to go through to even get to the point where he was able to drop an album. College Dropout is definitely special. Like, when you hear it, you feel it brings me back to being a kid and hearing all those songs on the radio growing up. So yeah, College Dropout was on there. So my top 5 favorite albums: Carter 3, Special Effects, GNX, Chromacopia, College Dropout. Now,